It's another summer of transition at Barcelona. 5 players have already been sold, released or loaned out, with Lionel Messi currently a free agent negotiating a new deal. Meanwhile, La Liga's salary cap has meant that the club's new arrivals are unable to be registered until they reduce their wage bill, and a number of big players could be leaving the Camp Nou as a result. Let's take a look at 3 of them. Felipe Coutinho. Arguably no player has suffered a greater fall from grace at Barcelona over the past couple of seasons than Felipe Coutinho. What was supposed to be a dream move to the Camp Nou has proven to be nothing short of a nightmare, with the Brazilian constantly haunted by the €135 million fee the Blaugrana paid Liverpool for his services. We have covered his early troubles in Catalonia before, so rather than revisit that difficult chapter, let's focus on why the former Inter Milan playmaker could still prove an asset to a top-level side. Coutinho's loan move to Bayern Munich in 2019-20 was a timely reminder of the talent he possesses. Although the Rio-born star was only afforded 15 starts and 1,420 minutes of bully action, he scored 8 and assisted 6, racking up 3.7 shots and 1.9 key passes per 90. In fact, his 1.66 shots on target per 90 was the 5th highest in the entire division, while his rate of 5 shot creating actions per game was the best in his career. He looked much more comfortable in the number 10 role behind Lewandowski than he had been playing on the left of a front 3 for Barcelona. Coutinho's problem was that his time in Bavaria coincided with a resurgence from Thomas Müller, who posted a frankly ridiculous 20 assists that season from the same position. So despite winning the Champions League and a domestic double, the Vasco da Gama Academy graduate became nothing more than a late bench option and ultimately returned to Barcelona. Ronald Koeman was now in charge at the Camp Nou, and the Dutchman decided to offer Coutinho a chance of redemption. And 2 goals and 2 assists in the Brazilian's opening 5 games suggested he was finally ready to shine. His shots rose to a career-high 3.9 per 90, while an average of 62.2 passes per match was the most Coutinho had ever been involved in play. What's more, his pass completion rate peaked at 89.1%, showing the 29-year-old in total control of his game. But no sooner had the former Liverpool star found his feet again in Catalonia, disaster struck, with a knee injury preventing Coutinho from appearing again from December onwards. There are reports Barcelona won't play him again so as not to activate an appearance clause in his contract that sends more money to Liverpool. Meanwhile, Sport in Spain believe an offer of £20 million could be enough to land the 2-time La Liga winner. However, his astronomical €14 million annual salary is too much to stomach for even the biggest of sides, meaning another loan move could be on the cards. The likes of Inter and AC Milan, plus Leicester City, are said to be interested. With 18 goals for Brazil from 63 appearances, Coutinho is undeniably a quality playmaker when given the chance to express himself. His stock may have plummeted at the Blaugrana, but if someone can tap into the talent that saw him light up Anfield, then he could be well worth the gamble come next season. Just before we move on, a quick reminder to like and subscribe to Eurofootball Daily and hit that notification bell to never miss a video like this. We put out tons of great content for you to enjoy, so check out the channel after this video. Ousmane Demebele. Considering he made 30 La Liga appearances in 2021, a campaign generally considered his best at the Camp Nou, we shouldn't really be featuring Ousmane Demebele in a video with reject in the title. However, with the Frenchman's current contract up next year, and with no known progress made over a new deal at the time of recording, the 24-year-old's future is far from certain. Barca are understood to be keen to keep Dembele in Catalonia, but with money tight and the Frenchman in a good position to bargain, the prospect of him leaving the club this summer is very much a possibility. And following the video which recently resurfaced of him and Antoine Griezmann making derogatory comments at hotel staff while on tour in Japan in 2019, we wouldn't have thought he's been looked upon particularly favourably by the Barca hierarchy right now. The pair have since apologised for their actions, but the subsequent backlash has seen Griezmann dropped as a client by Pro Evolution Soccer creators Konami, and Barca shirt sponsor Rakuten, who organised the tour in question, have publicly called them out. But while the club obviously won't be able to get back anywhere near the €135 million they paid for Dembele back in 2017, he remains one of their most sellable assets. Valued between €40 and €50 million by the Football Observatory, and coming off the back of a solid campaign, the skillful forward has long been touted as a potential target for Liverpool, and you can see why. Dembele completes 3.2 dribbles per 90, more than anyone in the current Red squad, with Sadio Mane the closest on 2.6. He also beats his man with 64% of his attempted take-ons, while his dribbling has become more direct to the point he now makes 2.9 carries into the penalty area each game. Not only is this a career high, but a figure only beaten by teammate Ansu Fati in La Liga and by Jack Grealish in the Premier League. As a result, he's become a bigger goal threat, taking 2.8 shots per 90 up from 2.1 in 2018-19, and his expected goals per 90 stands at 0.31, his highest average since leaving Rennes back in 2016. He's less of a creator these days, making just 2 key passes per 90. His average was around 3 during his time at Dortmund, but this still ranks him second in the Barca squad behind only Lionel Messi. What's more, at a club like Liverpool, the wide man are of course the primary goal scorers, and who better to learn from in this regard than Mo Salah. His heart may remain in Barcelona for now, but working under Jurgen Klopp could see Dembele take his game to the next level. Miralem Pjanic. One of the final moves of Josep Bartomeu's controversial and bizarre reign as Barcelona president was the swap deal which saw Artur join Juventus for €72 million and Miralem Pjanic enter the Camp Nou for €60 million, a transfer seemingly necessitated by the club's need to balance. It was pretty odd then to see Bartomeu hand the Bosnian midfielder, who had just turned 30, a 4-year contract worth a reported €180,000 a week, as the club peered into a financial black hole caused at least in part by the handing of huge contracts to ageing stars. The deal was concluded in June 2020 when Quique Setién was still manager and Barcelona still had a realistic chance of winning La Liga. But by the time Pjanic was unveiled almost 3 months later, Setién had been sacked and replaced by Ronald Koeman, and the club had faced the humiliation of their Champions League exit to Bayern Munich and captain Lionel Messi's face-off with Bartomeu. It's fair to say the former Roma man entered the Camp Nou at a difficult time, and he's had almost no joy whatsoever in a Blaugrana jersey. Continually snubbed by Koeman, Pjanic made just 6 starts in La Liga last term, with his last coming in February. He ranked 20th in the squad for minutes played, featuring for the equivalent amount of time of just under 7 games. A damning predicament considering the club had also seen Arturo Vidal and Ivan Rakitic leave the previous summer, with the ever-injured Samuel Umtiti and backup keeper Neto even racking up more game time than him. And while he has previously spoken of his desire to stay at the Camp Nou and prove his worth, Barca are seemingly set on getting rid of him after just 1 year, even if his contract and wages mean a permanent switch and transfer fee are almost certainly out of the question. According to a recent report by Goal.com, Barca still have €45 million of the fee they agreed with Juve yet to pay, but by securing a loan for him, they would be able to wipe off €16 million in gross annual salary, meaning the $15 million a year they owe the Bianconeri would be made up for. It's of course a sorry state of affairs for both the club and player, but while he hasn't been at his best at least for a couple of years now, Pjanic could still make the difference at a mid to top level club. His numbers last season, albeit taken from a small sample size, look pretty good, averaging 3.5 tackles and interceptions, 2.3 shots and 1.7 key passes per 90. While his 7.8 passes into the final third per 90 rank him second in the squad behind Sergio Busquets. Clearly, the 31-year-old is still capable of dictating play and opening up defences with his distribution, and so it's perhaps no surprise to see Arsenal, who may be in need of a deep-lying playmaker following the sale of Granit Xhaka, linked with his signature. Despite a year in the wilderness, Pjanic can still be a difference maker at the right club. So those were our 3 Barca rejects we think your club should sign. But who do you want to see joining your side? Pjanic, Coutinho or Dembele? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, why not check out some of our other content? Earlier this year, we released a video on why La Liga is no longer the best league in the world as part of our EFD Explained series. While over on Football Daily, we recently explored why UEFA have scrapped the away goals rule. And our latest episode looks at Gareth Southgate and his impressive work with England at the Euros. To stay informed or for more great content on Euro Football Daily, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.